Tsarukyan has confirmed that he is positioning himself as a backup fighter for Justin Gaethje amid growing uncertainty surrounding UFC 324. During a recent livestream appearance with Adin Ross, Tsarukyan revealed that he is currently staying in the United States specifically to remain available if the UFC needs a short-notice replacement. This update comes as concerns circulate online regarding a possible staph infection involving Gaethje, adding further tension to an already high-stakes situation. Tsarukyan acknowledged the implications directly, stating that he wants to be close, prepared, and ready should the promotion make the call. He emphasized that this is part of a broader effort to regain the UFC's trust after missing a major opportunity last year. Tsarukyan openly discussed his mindset, explaining that he is maintaining a strict diet and training regimen so he can step in immediately if needed. He admitted that losing his previous title opportunity was a setback and that he now feels pressure to prove himself by being dependable when it matters most. On Gaethje's side, the situation is equally intense. According to head coach Trevor Wittman, this run is viewed as Gaethje's final push toward a championship. If Gaethje were to lose, there is reportedly little interest in continuing as a gatekeeper or pursuing lower-stakes fights. For his team, this is an all-or-nothing moment. Tsarukyan also addressed his own health, confirming that he suffered a herniated disc after his last fight. An MRI revealed the injury, and while surgery remains a possibility, he is currently monitoring the condition. He admitted the pain was severe at the time, leaving him unable to move properly, but noted that his mobility has gradually improved over recent weeks. With the lightweight division in flux and Ilia Topuria currently on hiatus for personal reasons, the backup role Tsarukyan is taking on could prove crucial. Whether or not he is ultimately needed, his willingness to stay ready may significantly impact his standing with the UFC moving forward. Dana White recently sat down for an extended interview with Stephen A. Smith, offering rare insight into the UFC's long-term future, including the company's evolving media strategy and the potential end of the traditional pay-per-view model. According to White, the UFC's new partnership with Paramount was never solely about financial gain. Instead, he views Paramount as a long-term platform partner capable of supporting the promotion's global growth. White made it clear that he believes subscription-based viewing is the future of sports entertainment. He openly suggested that pay-per-view could eventually disappear altogether, with the goal of allowing fans to pay less while still gaining access to every UFC event. He emphasized that this shift is designed to benefit viewers without diminishing the value of the product. When discussing star power, White reiterated that the UFC brand itself is stronger than any individual fighter. He explained that fans place their trust in the promotion, not a single athlete, which is why fighter retirements or losses no longer concern him from a business perspective. His guiding principle remains unchanged. Fans should never feel like they wasted a Saturday night staying home to watch the UFC. On the subject of fighter pay, White stated that athletes will continue to be compensated using the same pay-per-view-based calculations, though applied under a new structure. He framed the updated model as a win-win, providing greater exposure for fighters, lower costs for fans, and fair compensation overall. White also addressed the UFC's aggressive scheduling strategy, explaining that back-to-back numbered events were intentional. There was no interest in a slow rollout for Paramount. He wanted immediate impact. He confirmed that CBS and Paramount are planning 5 major initiatives between 2020 and 2026, with White playing an active role in shaping them. Additionally, White confirmed that the highly anticipated White House UFC event is officially approved. After production and operations teams coordinated directly with the president's staff, the event received final sign-off. White revealed that following upcoming Zuffa boxing and UFC events later this month, his full focus will shift to organizing the historic White House fight. He shared that the idea originated casually during a conversation, and once proposed, it quickly became reality, underscoring the UFC's growing cultural and political footprint. Tensions erupted at the RAF press conference in Florida ahead of the freestyle wrestling event headlined by Colby Covington and Luke Rockhold. The 3-round main event matchup quickly became secondary to the heated exchange involving UFC middleweight prospect Nickal who is scheduled to face Romero in the co-main event. Nickal stirred controversy by publicly stating that he deserved the main event spot over Covington and Rockhold. He leaned heavily on his elite wrestling resume, citing his status as a three-time NCAA Division I champion and an under-23 world champion. Nickal argued that his pedigree, combined with the high-profile nature of a matchup against Romero, made him the biggest draw on the card. Covington and Rockhold strongly rejected that claim. The two former UFC title contenders responded aggressively, criticizing Nickal's attitude and labeling his comments as entitled. They dismissed his wrestling accomplishments as insufficient justification for headlining the event and emphasized that star power, experience, and legacy, not collegiate accolades, determine main event status. The criticism intensified as both veterans referenced Nickal's first professional MMA loss in 2025 when he was stopped by Reinier de Ridder via a body knee. They mocked the performance and suggested that the loss significantly damaged the momentum of Nickal's hype, despite his subsequent return to the win column. Covington highlighted his own history as a proven draw, pointing to past headlining performances in major venues, while Rockhold emphasized his role as a former undisputed UFC middleweight champion who helped establish the platform for the event itself. Throughout the exchange, the tone remained confrontational, with Covington and Rockhold repeatedly questioning Nickal's readiness for a main event spotlight and challenging him to earn that position through longevity and marquee performances rather than potential alone. The moment underscored a clear generational divide, a rising prospect pushing for top billing versus established names defending their status and legacy. Whether the confrontation boosts interest in the event or further fuels debate around Nickal's rapid ascent, it undeniably added an unexpected layer of drama to the card. Explosive news has emerged from Russia's MMA scene after Alisvi, one of the country's most respected MMA journalists and the newly named Best Russian MMA Journalist of 2025, revealed that Dana White has personally contacted Khabib Nurmagomedov regarding a potential return tied to a historic White House UFC event. According to the report, Dana White reached out directly to Khabib to open early-stage discussions about a one-off comeback appearance connected to what is being described as a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle. The revelation follows reports from multiple Russian outlets claiming that Saudi investors are prepared to financially support the UFC and fully cover Khabib's purse should he agree to fight one final time. The figure being circulated is unprecedented. Sources suggest a potential offer in the range of $100 million for a single fight, a number that would shatter every previous pay record in UFC history by a wide margin. While no contracts have been signed and nothing is official, the fact that direct communication has already taken place signals that this discussion extends beyond internet speculation. Reports further claim that former U.S. President Donald Trump is supportive of the concept and continues to view Khabib as one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time, even years after his retirement. Although these details remain unconfirmed, the credibility of the source has added significant weight to the story within the MMA community. Alisve explained that the phone call was formally arranged through the UFC's Russian media team, emphasizing how serious the outreach was on the UFC's side. He noted that Dana White is known for personally getting involved when an issue truly matters to him, particularly in high-profile or sensitive situations. The journalist also added context on how frequently top UFC figures communicate directly with international media teams, citing past examples where Western stars, including Conor McGregor, personally intervened through UFC channels when controversies arose. While many questions remain unanswered, one thing is clear. The idea of Khabib Nurmagomedov returning under such extraordinary circumstances is no longer just a rumor. It is now a conversation being taken seriously at the highest levels of the sport. Michael Bisping has shared a confident prediction regarding the future of the UFC lightweight division, stating that he believes Ilia Topuria will remain champion through the end of 2026. Speaking during a recent discussion, the former UFC champion made it clear that he does not currently see a fighter capable of dethroning Topuria in the near future. Bisping emphasized that Topuria's skill set and composure separate him from the rest of the division. In his view, neither Paddy Pimblett nor Justin Gaethje presents a matchup that would realistically threaten Topuria's reign. While acknowledging that Arman Tsarukyan remains a dangerous contender and a potential dark horse at 155 pounds, Bisping suggested that the fight is unlikely to materialize anytime soon. Turning his attention to the interim title bout between Pimblett and Gaethje, Bisping described it as a fascinating stylistic matchup. He noted that Gaethje is the more polished boxer and technically stronger wrestler, but pointed out that Gaethje rarely commits to using his wrestling effectively. Even if he were to do so, Bisping questioned whether taking Pimblett to the ground would be a wise strategy, given Pimblett's dangerous submission game. Bisping also highlighted Pimblett's advantages in terms of age and durability, noting that he has significantly fewer miles on his body and less accumulated damage compared to Gaethje. Because of those factors, Bisping admitted he is currently leaning toward Pimblett as the likely winner of the interim title fight. When asked who he expects to hold the undisputed championship by the end of 2026, Bisping did not hesitate. He reiterated his belief that Topuria will still be champion, maintaining control of the division despite strong contenders circling in the background. While challengers may emerge and title pictures may shift, Bisping's outlook remains firm. Ilia Topuria's reign is far from over, and the belt is unlikely to change hands anytime soon. Justin Gaethje's longtime coach, Trevor Wittman, has hinted that fans may see a more well-rounded approach from Gaethje in his upcoming matchup with Paddy Pimblett, including a greater emphasis on grappling. Speaking about the fight, Wittman dismissed Pimblett's pre-fight comments as speculation and made it clear that Gaethje's team is fully prepared for all possible scenarios. Wittman explained that the camp never approached this bout as a purely striking contest. He emphasized that one of his greatest sources of pride in coaching Gaethje has been the significant amount of time and effort Justin has dedicated to improving his grappling. While Gaethje is widely known for his explosive striking, Wittman stressed that his wrestling base is extremely high level, particularly in offensive and positional situations. Reflecting on Gaethje's past loss to Charles Oliveira, Wittman noted that the team learned an important lesson about mindset. At the time, the approach was too defensive, focusing on avoiding bad positions rather than imposing offense. Wittman believes championships are won by pushing opponents backward, keeping them on the defensive, and dictating where the fight takes place. He described Gaethje as one of the best scramblers in the sport, with powerful highlight reel slams reminiscent of Rampage Jackson. According to Wittman, Gaethje's grappling style is inherently offensive, and when he chooses to engage on the ground, his top control and ground and pound are especially dangerous. Gaethje's ability to strike from unusual angles on the mat makes him uniquely effective in those exchanges. Wittman also addressed Pimblett's grappling strengths, acknowledging that Pimblett is skilled at pulling opponents into ground situations. However, he questioned Pimblett's pure wrestling ability and expressed doubt that Pimblett would be able to take Gaethje down cleanly. While acknowledging that unpredictable scrambles can occur, Wittman does not see Pimblett consistently dictating takedowns in this matchup. Overall, the comments suggest that Gaethje may look to blend his elite striking with calculated grappling exchanges, aiming to stay on the offensive and showcase a more complete skill set in his pursuit of championship success. The highly anticipated matchup between Nickal and Yoel Romero was officially canceled after Romero failed to meet agreed-upon weight for Real American Freestyle 5. The event took place as scheduled, but the co-main attraction was called off when Romero weighed in significantly over the contracted limit. Nickal addressed the situation directly, confirming that Romero came in at 212 pounds, approximately 7 pounds over the agreed weight class. Nickal expressed clear disappointment, noting that while the bout could have potentially moved forward had the weight difference been minimal, the gap was simply too large to justify proceeding at this level of competition. Nickal explained that giving up 7 pounds in a high-level matchup posed an unacceptable competitive and safety risk. He emphasized that the decision was not made lightly and acknowledged the frustration surrounding the cancellation, particularly for fans who attended the event expecting to see the fight. In his statement, Nickal apologized to supporters who were looking forward to his appearance, making it clear that he shared their disappointment. Despite the setback, he remained professional and appreciative, thanking fans for their continued support and understanding. Nickal also reassured viewers that this cancellation does not mark the end of the matchup or his competitive plans. He confirmed that discussions are already underway to reschedule another match in the near future, and expressed confidence that he will be back competing soon. While the cancellation was an unfortunate development for the event, Nickal's response underscored his commitment to professionalism and fairness. The focus now shifts toward securing a new date and opponent, as fans await his return to action following the unexpected setback at Real American Freestyle 5.